Hi guys, it's Mandy from Mandyleeplays, and in this video I'm going to do a review for Paper Mario. That's the name. Most people say Paper Mario 64, but it's called Paper Mario for the 64. What I think about the game, did it age well, and all that other stuff. Now, some of the review is gonna be because of the emulation it uses, but I'll tell you beforehand so you don't get mixed up on, oh, the game is like this when it was the emulation, and vice versa. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. The Paper Mario series I hold dear in my heart. I've played all of them, even the 3DS ones. The only one I haven't played is A Thousand Year Door, which I'm planning on playing soon. But needless to say, I love the series. It's so good, except a few. I'm looking at you, Sticker Star. Nobody asked for you, Sticker Star. It's so much better than the regular Mario, in my opinion. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is for the first Paper Mario, the one that started it all, the one that kicked off such a good series. So with all that being said, let's start with the story. So even though Paper Mario is considered an RPG, the story is not out there at all. It's more story than your traditional Mario games. So the story starts with Mario and Luigi when they get an invitation to Peach's castle for a celebration. So they head on to the castle, but Mario and Peach sneaked away. Being all, "Thank you for saving me, Mario." And Mario's just like, and then, surprise, surprise, Bowser just bursts in and ruins the mood. Like, dang, Bowser, I know you evil, but that's kind of mean. Of course, Mario has to battle him, but this time Bowser has something called a Star Rod, and that makes him invincible. So Bowser kicks his Patooey out the window, and then he gets wished upon by the Spirit Stars, who take over the Star Realm and the Star Rod and the Star Hall. They name everything Star, so it gets kind of confusing. And there's 7 Star Spirits, and it turns out that Bowser, when going for the Star Rod, captured all the Star Spirits and put them in different places. So it's your job to collect the 7 Star Spirits to make them combined so you could combat the Star Rod's power to defeat Bowser, rescue the Mushroom Kingdom, and rescue Princess Peach. So that is the job you wake up to. I know, a lot of pressure, but you're not going to do it alone, because along the way you meet partners who accompany you through your adventures to help you with certain things, or just to keep you company if you want. And you also get a perspective from Peach, who is wishing for Mario to be okay, but since all the Spirit Stars are gone, there's really nothing to wish for. But instead, she is met with a little star called Twink, who was just born the other day, and he's so cute, and I just love him. And then Peach and Twink team up together to explore the castle and to uncover secrets that will help Mario along the way. So Peach is not just a damsel in distress. I mean, she still is. She's a damsel in distress +1. So it's something, and I like it. And again, sassy Peach, bring her back. She does some sick burns. You are the single greatest disaster to ever befall the Mushroom Kingdom. Burn! Whew, okay. Now on to the gameplay. Now I'm going to split this up into 2 parts for you so you could, get where I'm coming from. The first part is the actual game and the gameplay, and then the second part is the game and the emulation that Nintendo did to it and how it affects the gameplay. So let's get into it. Like I said, this game is a RPG, albeit a very soft RPG. So you start off with 10 HP, 5 FP, which is flower points, which is basically your magic gauge but not being magic, and your BP points are used to equip badges. So like most RPGs, you level up. When you battle an enemy and you defeat them, they drop what is called star points, and if you collect 100 of them, you can level up. Now you can only choose one thing to level up, which is weird, but okay. So you have to choose between your HP, FP, and BPs, which I kind of don't like, but I get what they were doing. They wanted you to customize Mario where you see fit. Are you more of a HP hogger, an FP person, or you just like to equip a lot of badges, so you just go ham on the BP? For me though, I always put it in mostly HP and FP. because this game is hard, and I'll get to that later. Though you still want to keep it balanced. You don't want to, put everything in HP and then your FP and BP are like nothing. So FP, like I said, is like a magic gauge, but in Mario you don't use magic. So FPs tie in a lot with badges. Badges are what they are. They're called badges, and they give you a unique set of skills to help you in your battles. Now, equipping badges does come with a cost. That's why BP is something you could upgrade as well, because you could find badges all around the world, or you could buy them at the shop. My favorite ones are the bouncy one, which lets Mario bounce on an enemy. But I felt like some badges should be like more common or embedded into Mario's attack because they're just essential. So when you have to equip all these badges to do essential stuff, it gets kind of annoying, but I do get again where they're going with that. Now that brings me to FP. Now FP is kind of like your MP or your magic power stuff, but Mario doesn't use magic. He uses flower points. So basically each badge comes with a cost in battle, and that's where your FP comes in. Like doing a bouncy jump on an enemy will cost you like 3 FP, so you have to really keep an eye on your FP and level it up as well. And also, you share the same pool with your partners, so if they do an attack, it takes from your FP as well. But in my playthrough, I focus more on HP and FP than in BP because I die a lot. Now Mario does have basic attacks like jump and hammer, but they don't really do much. You do get upgrades to your hammer and your boots down the line, but again, doesn't really do much. And another thing I would like to add is if you time your attack perfectly, you could get more damage out of it, but keep that in mind for later because I'm going to talk about it. Now, something that really bothered me in this gameplay for this game is the defense. So basically, you just stand there and get hit. Now you could block the attack, not dodge, block. That means it still hits you, but you can reduce the damage by like 1. And you have to time it correctly, which stick a pin into that because I'm going to talk about it later. So no matter what, you get hit, and there are certain attacks that you have to mash A or do something like that, which on a Pro Controller, I think it's nigh impossible because it's an N64 game. Now, this game has a weird thing where save blocks and all heal items and stuff are very sparse. Like, they are far and few in between. I know the newer Paper Mario games, a lot of people complained that there wasn't an incentive to battle, and I agree. But in Paper Mario, it's more like an ultimatum, really, because am I gonna go to this battle and risk dying? Because they do drop coins and you do need star points to level up. But again, it comes with the, am I gonna survive this battle with it? And that's really, really annoying, and it just makes the game really hard. Now, the one thing that's good about the N64 kind of thing on the Switch is it lets you save on the fly. Like, I'm telling you, I saved all the time. All the damn time, because save blocks are far apart, and if it wasn't for a quick save like that, I would have to do everything all over again. And it just baffles me why they didn't put more save blocks or health blocks. I know it might seem a little bit easy, but these enemies are very vicious. So I can confidently say Paper Mario, the OG one, is the Dark Souls of Paper Mario. Now, onto the things that I told you to stick a pin on, and that is the emulation, or the way they emulated the game. Now, I played through the expansion pass, and I can say without any doubt, it is so horrible to play. I just made my playthrough 10 times more difficult by just playing with the emulated version that Nintendo gave us. Because on top of everything, there is control lag. Like, holy cow, a game where you have to time your defenses so you won't get hit as hard. A game where you have to time your attack so it hits hard. A game where you need freaking control precision It's not there. I don't know what they were thinking. It is so bad. The lag is so bad. It automatically made my playthrough the equivalent of an extra hard mode of Paper Mario. I had a real hard time blocking and a real hard time doing damage to certain enemies just because of the way the controls work on this stupid emulation. I don't know why Nintendo's emulation is so bad. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's your game. Fix that stuff. Fix it. It's unexcusable. So taken aback. Now, I've played Paper Mario before when it was in the Virtual Console on the Wii, and there was no lag. Like, I don't remember any lag at all, but when the Switch one came, I'm like, either I just got dumber or this game just got harder. But no, it's not none of that. It's that Nintendo didn't really do a good job with the buttons and the controllers. The input lag should not be there. Nintendo, you should be embarrassed. It's your game. If anybody could emulate a Nintendo game better, it should be a Nintendo. But hey, that made the game so much harder, especially like I said before, to block, to attack, to protect, all that stuff. I rarely get this mad, but when half of my deaths are not even my fault, it's because the buttons don't connect, I got pretty pissed. And it just made it way more harder than it has to be. I wanted to enjoy the game, and I did enjoy the game, but that is just non-excusable. I mean, if you're going to take down emulations that are actually good, maybe take a few notes or something, because it's just embarrassing. It's really embarrassing, and I can't in good conscience say, even with Paper Mario, that the expansion pass is worth it. It's not. Don't do it. I took the L for you guys. Don't do it. It made a already tough game more harder when it's not even the game's fault. It's because they couldn't emulate it properly. Like, what is that? I love Paper Mario, and I love the game, and I enjoyed playing it. I finished it. So it could be done. You could finish it. You might die a lot. At least with this emulation, you get the opportunity to quick save. I wonder why. It's like they know that people are gonna die way more than they're intended to die. I want people to love Paper Mario. I don't know what happened to the Nintendo seal of approval, especially with your legacy games, the games people grew up on, the games that work properly for the most part. There shouldn't be a problem because of a controller. People should enjoy the game without worrying if the A is gonna hit or the B is gonna block. That's just basics. So my overall thoughts, besides the emulation, again, sorry for ranting, I love the game so much. It's a good foundation for the Paper Marios that we see, but I hear that the next game fixes a lot of those problems, which I'm excited for. Now, I've played all the Paper Mario games, except the game that everybody loves the most, and that is Thousand Year Door. So hopefully I could play it soon, so I could just, continue the Paper Mario hype, because I'm the Paper Mario girl, and see what everybody has been raving about. So that is it for today's video. If you liked it, hit that like. Tell me in the comments down below if you played Paper Mario. Do you want to? Is it cute? Or whatever your experience was with Paper Mario. Please let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more content like this, then hit that subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. You can follow me on Twitter at Mandyleeplays. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And as always, play a good game. Peace, peace.